How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be getting back into this tenor guitar. I already went and glued up 2 of the cracks on the top, and I need to cleat them and add a brace for support where the bridge is going to be installed. And I'm going to show you some cool items that I got at my neighbor's garage sale. So stick around. Let me show you how I'm going to make the cleats. So I have this piece of spruce that's about, I don't know, I thinned it down to maybe 90 thousandths or so. And you want the grain to run perpendicular to the top. So right now the grain is running in this direction. So I'm going to cut out some diamond shape cleats. And I'm just going to eye one up. And then I'm going to use that as a template to make the other 2. Okay, so you can see I got my diamond shape on there. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. Oh, there's my glasses. Just use a chisel. I'm going to cut it to the right length first. So here's one right here. I'm going to bevel the corners, of course, before I glue it in place, but I'm going to use this now as a template for 2 more. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to these 2. So there, I've got three cleats. Let me go ahead and bevel the corners. I'll be right back. While I'm over there using the spindle sander, let me show you these items I found at this garage sale right down the street from my house. I just got back from my neighbor's garage sale, and he had a bunch of tools there, and I just want to show you what I found and how much I paid for it. He had a bunch of these sanders. This is a nice little corner detail sander. I got a couple of orbital sanders. Got one Black & Decker, a Ryobi orbital sander. So 3 sanders. Oh, and a belt sander as well. So this is a Black & Decker. So 2 Black & Decker sanders, 1 Skill, a Ryobi, and best thing of all, he had a drill press. The reason I bought this, I already have a drill press, but this one is a 1/2-inch chuck, and the chuck looked a little nicer quality than the one I currently have. So let's test this thing and see if it's working. It's got 5 speeds. Changes speeds up on top here. This little screw here. I don't know how they have this in here. Alright, definitely going to be changing this little thing out. It's even necessary. Okay. Alright. Move this out of the way. Okay, this all looks pretty clean up here. The belt looks good. So right now it's on the slowest speed. So let's jump it up. Let's see if there's a disengage here. Loosen the motor. So what you do is you loosen the motor from the back, and that loosens up this belt. You can walk it up to some other gears here. Let's go right to the fastest one. And this goes to 3,000 RPM. You pull the motor back, tighten up the belt. You don't want it super tight, but that feels pretty good. Let me see what I can do about this thing. I can take this right off. It doesn't need a screw, it just needs a little tab to hold it in place. Okay. That's all you need. You just want to hold it in place. Let's see if that works. All right, 3,000 RPM, here we go. Pretty nice. Sounds like it might need a little bit of grease and lubrication, but that should be fine. So, super psyched about that. Light. Is the light working? Look at that. All right, got myself a new drill press, 4 new sanders. He threw in some sanding belts. Guess how much? I'll tell you at the end of this video. So now I want to figure out where to put these cleats and braces so they don't get in the way of each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to locate them by magnets. I got a magnet on the inside. I want to find out where this brace in the front here is first. So I got it on the inside edge. So let me get some tape. So this is where this brace is located. So there's the front of that brace. And then there's this guitar's very little, so hard to get inside. Let me use these other magnets. These little rare earth magnets are really strong. Kind of scary strong, but you just got to keep them separated. So there's that brace. Okay, so now this is the leading edge of this brace, which is kind of a flat, thin bridge plate right there. I know the bridge is going to end up roughly in this location here. So this is the, let me just double check I did that right. Okay, yeah, so this is the front edge of that brace. This is the inside edge of that brace. There's another brace back here. So that's going to be the leading edge of that brace. This is the ladder brace, and this is the bridge plate. This is more the size of this brace here. So this is about the size of this brace here as well. So this brace is right there. Okay, so brace. Basically what I'm going to do, I've got a piece of spruce that I'm going to make a ladder brace with. So here's a brace. You can actually see how much this is dipped too. See if I can show you that. See if you can see that. It's got quite a dip. It's flat here, flat there where the braces is. This real thin piece isn't doing anything. Obviously that's giving, so I'm gonna, if I put a brace right here, maybe I'll try to get it close to that bridge plate as possible. try to center it in between these two braces here. That might be a good way to go. So I'll end up putting a cleat here. And then this brace is supporting this area here. I'm just going to try to sneak a cleat in right there. And I think that's all I need. I don't think I need 3 here, or 2. Let me see if there's enough room. It's kind of overkill. It looks nice, but I don't think it's necessary. I think if I put one right there, that'll work. So the first thing I want to do is, let me go ahead. I'll get it cleated first, and then I'll work on the brace. So I'll show you how I go ahead and get that cleated. Just marking the center location. Just a little chalk pencil. Gotta be careful around these magnets with anything metal. It's gonna pull it right to it. Okay, this one I'm just gonna eye it up. Remove these magnets. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use these magnets to help me locate the position of these cleats and get them glued in place as well. Okay, so now I have my cleat, the magnet. Get a little glue on the cleat itself. This can make a little bit of a mess inside, so because I'm going to put a little glue on my finger as well. I know this is probably non-traditional, but it seems to work. Okay, take a look and see if they got the grain going the right way. It's got a little filler here, and it was making a little bit of a hiccup in the placement. I did the back one first. Here goes for the front one. You have to make sure you have the grain going in the right direction. Okay, so there's one. And blinded by the light here. And then there's the second one. It's hard to see it, but they're lined up. Now I'm going to go ahead and make this brace just to determine the size. The front brace is right here, so I'm going to measure it. Get the overall height here, subtract the thickness of the top. So it's 575. Thickness of the top is about 100 thousandths. So 475. 475. It's going to be the thickness, the height of this brace. It's going to score a little impression in the wood. And so the way I'm going to measure this brace, the width, I'm going to use this little tool here. I'll be able to slide this and adjust it around the brace and measure it that way. a little tricky, but it's right around 1/4 inch, which is great because that's just what this brace material is right here. So I just need to trim off the top, that little 3/16 of an inch, and then, you know, I'll scoop it and shape the brace, and then I'll show you what that looks like. So here's the brace I made, and what I did was I put a little double face tape, some double stick tapes, they're like the Scotch stuff that's not that strong. Put a magnet on each end, taped in place, and I made these 2 cauls that have a little channel that fit the size of the brace. So I'm going to put those double face tape as well in place. I'm going to use those to clamp onto. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and I have my position marked here with the 2 magnets. That's where these are going to line up on the inside of the guitar. So I just got to get some glue on this brace. You want to put a pretty liberal amount because there's going to be some positioning, repositioning. You might lose some along the way. And this is such a small sound hole, it's hard to get my hand in there and maneuver and manage to get this into the right position the first shot. So I'm going to kind of, and I'm only putting glue on one side, obviously. I already went and sanded the inside to make sure that there was a nice clean gluing surface. Alright, now here's the tricky part. Now I do have 2 magnets on the inside, not magnets, I have 2 mirrors so I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so this time I'm going to do it without the magnets in place. I'm going to kind of eye it up and get it into the guitar. See if I can get my hand in there. Okay. Just going to estimate where I think it should go and let these magnets locate it. Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me flip it over. Okay, I got one. Now the other side. Okay, now I got the other one. Okay. Okay, because this is so concaved, it's kind of sitting, it's touching here, it's not touching here. So what I'm going to do, I have this caul I'm going to put here, got a cork pad on the bottom. I'm going to put that right over the brace. Oh, so what I have here, I have a magnet inserted inside this piece of wood with a piece of tape over it to hold it in place, and then that's going to hold it. That's going to stick to the clamp. Okay. Can't even see. So many things going in here. Oh, I think I just came off. I think the call just came off. I'm gonna have to not worry about that. I do have rubber on the base of this clamp. I just want to hold it in position. I don't have to hold it super tight. Okay. Here's a shot on the inside. See the cleat there? I'm not too happy about the ends. They didn't quite get glued down as tight as I wanted them to. The magnets, I don't think gave it enough pressure. Let's see, the ends are not quite meeting, but in the middle, it's nice and flat, and on the top itself, it's pretty flat. So I think it's going to give it enough support, though. Look at that neck angle. What angle, you say? There's no neck angle. I can't just put a fingerboard on there and expect to be able to play. The action's going to be super high. There's not going to be any break angle over the bridge. I have to come up with something on that. Join me again next week. Okay, for the 4 sanders and drill press, I paid $30. Oh, shit.